All right, family. Black Power. Black Power is the true power with General Sarasun said he kick back, get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. I'm excited and delighted to be accepting members to the Sarasun Seti YouTube page, a dynamic page. Y'all know what it is. Black Power, Black Frequency. You feeling that frequency and energy. You should most definitely become a member. Link right down in the video description in the chat. Click that link. You get a video introduction rundown on the memberships, what they entail. You see one you like, you should most definitely join. Even if you don't, I appreciate your presence here at the Sarah Student Seti YouTube page. Continue to engage, to continue to advance. That's right, family. Ring the alarm. KingSeti.com, online marketplace, official General Sarah Student Seti DVD lectures, t-shirt, tank tops, hoodies, African and Kemetic jewelry, holistic tonics and remedies, home decor, accessories for every room in the house, 25% off selected items at this time. Save and shop, shop and save. That's right, family. Pull the fire alarm, generalseti.com. SETI University, over 1,200 videos of pure heat and fire presented by General SETI himself. Plus, we got the supplemental, also monumental and instrumental research material from the Grandmaster teachers. I give you an overview on that material, giving you 360 degrees of supreme African academic wisdom and knowledge that cannot be surpassed by any other website on the planet. Get over there today, family. Generalseti.com, SETI University. And everybody knows SETI popping on Patreon, BPC making noise. We never come. Exclusive live stream, too hot to handle on YouTube, but just so exquisite. We keep it for our family on Patreon. Just drop a fire one this evening. You need to get over there and check it out. We talking about the Dragon Kings of Kemet. That's right, the rise of African consciousness. I want you over there to check that out. We got another one coming tomorrow of pure heat and fire. Become a patron and gain access to those exclusive live streams today. To all the family out there that support and donate to the general, I want to thank you. I appreciate the fact that you appreciate me. Any of the family out there would like to donate to the general, the link is right there in the video description, is in the chat. Click that link, donate, and I thank you ahead of time. Make sure you subscribe to all my YouTube channels, King Seti, General Seti, Sarah Sun Seti. Rock that notification bell, get a video a thumbs up, like it because you love it, share it with your family and friends, and comment, comment, comment. Just don't say nothing stupid, because I will ban your ass. Now, Burkina Faso ditches French as a official language. Is about goddamn time. It's time to throw all that shit in the garbage. It's time for us to get a new goddamn language. Shit. Sick of this shit. You understand what I'm saying? It's a badge of dishonor. We created goddamn language. What the hell we doing walking around here with the oppressor's language, his name, his language? You see, that's a badge of shame. We got to understand that. And so, we understand the reality of the condition we in, but we should have been cut this shit, start working this shit up out to our people. You know, they got, we got, that's a badge of inferiority. And not only Burkina Faso, but I heard Mali, it also passed the same law. Beautiful. It's just beautiful. And if you're gonna make, always, if it's an African nation, it should have an official African language as the official language. Period. Just as simple as that. You don't go to no European nation and he have an African language as his official language of his nation. You don't go in no other nation like that and find that they got, except a conquered motherfucker. That's the only place where you gonna go and find another man's language is the official language of the land. And he ain't even in the land sometimes. He ain't even in the land. You know what I'm saying? That just show you how crippled the mind can be. You know what I'm saying? To carry on. But what can you say? Not only do you got his language, you got his God. You look up and shit, look all around, and you got these goddamn Snow White Jesuses every goddamn where. Language. You motherfuckers thirsting after his woman and shit and this, that, and the third. I mean, it is what it is. You see, you got the toasters. You got the toasters all down in your ass. And so, you have to, you know what I'm saying? You had to start from rock bottom and you had to start eliminating everything. Everything. You know what I'm saying? And as you eliminate and you get rid of, then you begin, and to show Africa and African people and all who they are from they total being as divine. That's the only way you have to set the tone. You got to set the tone today. Throw the goddamn TV if they, shit, ban just like these other nations. They be shutting down the goddamn internet. Goddamn putting filter on it. We don't want this shit over here. Don't goddamn, you just shut it down. Control the internet. Make sure you understand you're putting filters on all this shit. Make sure your people are, oh, they got access. Yeah, we sometimes it needs to be controlled. Yes, it does. Like we free. No, you ain't free shit. That's just a motherfucker's way of gaining access to your minds. You see, the minds of your children and your people, and for long, they don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. That's just like you go out here in these streets and you see people on dope and they be all out in the street high as hell. You understand what I'm saying? People just recording them every day. And they be and you can go down there to that same street the next fucking day in the same madness is out here, but they can take billions of dollars overseas to have wars and of all type of mass destruction, but they can't take none of that money, man, and clean these streets up. You understand what I'm saying? And give these people a future, man. Clean them up. You understand what I'm saying? Get this shit off the street. Get this goddamn dope up off the street. You understand what I'm saying? Get it out these people veins and shit. You understand what I'm saying? If you could take billions of dollars over there, goddamn, you could put them billions of dollars right here in this community and change that shit. They don't want to do that. They don't want to do that. So that's the reality. That's the reality of that. And so, you have to understand the situation that our peoples is in. We had to understand that, we're gonna have to change our own situation. You can't keep thinking just because a motherfucker, yeah, they might owe you whatever. You may feel they may feel they don't owe you. You understand? But the reality is, regardless to what anybody owe us, we still got to be great in everything that we do, which means we're gonna have to get over that shit until it come, if it come. And even if it don't come, we must decide we're gonna be great with or without it. You see what I'm saying? That's what it's gonna boil down to, and I'm not saying that we shouldn't fight to get whatever. You understand what I'm saying? But if you really, really want it, just go on and take it out his ass. That's the way it's gonna be. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's the reality of it. You understand what I'm saying? You ain't gonna get it if he ain't gonna just up and you got look at how he operating on the planet. That just let you know right there. I mean, he got billions of dollars to throw as destruction. So he ain't into building up no families. He ain't into building up no communities. They all about exclusion. You see what I'm saying? They all about exclusion. They see a world for elitists. You got to listen to these motherfuckers and what they talking about. There's no place for the majority of the people in this world. That's what they saying. You know what I'm saying? They just in the way. Is basically what they said. They in the way. And not only are they in the way, they are, they saying that we hogging up air, we hogging up food and water. And so, we taking food and water from them, even though they didn't came upon our land. And so when you thinking that a people got extinction on the blueprint for you and yours, yeah, it's about time for Africa to put their ass out of there. It's about time and get ready because this just the beginning. It's just the beginning. And it's just the beginning. That's why African nations got to link together. You got you motherfuckers ECOWAS over there. Yeah, you got a lot of them motherfuckers that be going to that goddamn Davos and shit and all that over there. They in alignment too. They done been trained by that goddamn Cro-Magnon Neanderthal too. A lot of them damn leaders in Africa been trained by the Davos. You see what I'm saying? That damn, into that, that mentality of depopulation and shit and hoarding the resources for themselves. That's true. You see? And so yeah, and a lot of them motherfuckers in ECOWAS is a product of that. And many more of them are a product of that, you know? And so when you understand that, those leaders in Africa, y'all got to link together quickly. You see what I'm saying? You can't, you got to link together because you can't stand apart. That just ain't gonna work. You know what I'm saying? You looking, they can jump on one nation. They can jump on one nation. You know what I'm saying? But if you link, as a region and you stand, stand and and get ready. You understand? Get ready. We know he's a destructive motherfucker. But we just about defending our people. We just about defending our land. We ain't looking to go to nobody's land. But shit, today, we don't know. If they got it in their heart and mind to try to destroy our people, ain't no telling what we have to do. We can't rule nothing out, but we ain't a demonic entity. We're not a we're not a demonic entity like they are. We ain't looking to go to nobody. You can stay right where you at. Just get the hell out of our house. Leave our peoples alone. Let our people be heal and let our people heal the land. Let them heal their minds and their spirit and let them heal the land and get your wicked ass up out of Africa. Yes, that's true. That's true. It should be done, and Africa should continue to move in that direction by any means necessary. Is long overdue. And yeah, and when you giving up, you must give up his language. You must give up his language. That shit don't have the right frequency for what we trying to do. You see what I'm saying? They ain't got the right frequency. You got to go to the ancestral tongue. You got to go to the mother tongue for the frequencies and tones and pitch that we need. You understand? We got to have our own soundtrack to our own movie. We talking about a movie of liberation and overcoming. We got to have our own soundtrack, which means we got to have our own frequency. You see, and that don't mean you can take what you got and create your own language, create your own words. We have to do that. People be talking about, man, you ain't talking good, nigga. If you don't get up out of here, your frequency fucked up. If you can speak on they saying and you see what he doing all around the universe, and all you do is speak just like he speak, we know you on that same frequency. You understand what I'm saying? No, we ain't on that frequency. We ain't on no imperialistic frequency. You see, we on a harmonious, we ain't on destruction of life. Everything they do is about that's the soundtrack for destruction of life. We don't need that. We need a healing frequency. We need a spiritually cleansing frequency. You mentally cleansing frequency, uplifting and invigorating frequency. We don't need that shit. Give up their language. Quick. You understand what I'm saying? And add, and you can use, and create words that say what you want to say. You created language. Don't feel like, you see, that's if you don't speak like, and they make you feel, oh, you talking, bitch, shut up. You's a clone, a goddamn clone. Straight up. Use a clone. That's what you do. Yeah, I create, and I understand language and I look for language, but understand, I control it. It don't control me. You motherfuckers got, I talk just like the queen. You see what I'm saying? I speak better English than an Englishman. You see what I'm saying? Motherfucking Englishman had to come out and give you a goddamn award for speaking better English than he do. You understand what I'm saying? It ain't about being, motherfucker, that ain't our language. We created language and we still creating language. Black people done added more to this goddamn language than any people in the goddamn country. Goddamn it, and black people change and invent language every day. You understand? When you watch us, even in hip hop and shit, and how we do, we become less, but we'll create different words, redefining all the time. You understand? That's how we flow. We like, we like fresh and new things, a fresher breath, a breath of fresh air, in our language and things of our nature. And the crazy part about it, they can say what they want, but they end up saying it they say it, anyway. You understand? They be speaking our language. They be taking our words any goddamn way, even though they look at us and say, oh, they talking broken English, and you bitch motherfuckers be taking our words and shit and using it because you know it's energetic. You understand what I'm saying? It's energy. When we create some shit, it's energy in it. You know what I'm saying? And you will see that shit ripple all across the universe. You will see motherfuckers saying the word all over on every continent. You see, ain't no other language and no other music like our music that went across the world and shit, captivating minds to where you got motherfuckers trying to be us and do us all over the planet. Ain't no other language came back or music or culture came back this way where you see black people just trying to be somebody all on another continent or some shit like that. You ain't never seen us do no shit like that. They ain't got that type of frequency and energy, and they know it. You understand what I'm saying? You hear them, you see that motherfucker looking back, and you see Emmanuel Macron. It's like he hear what I'm saying, and he like, God damn, this motherfucker right. Yeah, he looking at me like, God damn it, this motherfucker. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, you ain't shit. You know you ain't. You ain't got nothing we want. Nothing. You understand what I'm saying? We don't want your language. We don't want your culture. We don't want nothing from you. We want you to return back to whatever cave you crawled out of and get the hell out of Africa. And again, language is frequency. It's and so if you ain't got a language, you create it. If you ain't got a language you can speak right and take the one and you create it and you redefine it so that it's on your frequency. You need to do that. You goddamn right. The fuck is you trying to? What is you trying to be? You see, it's just like a cat meowing and shit. You see a motherfucking cat meow, and this is a Rottweiler, a goddamn pit bull, and that motherfucker, a goddamn savage pit bull walk past you, and that motherfucker meow. You're like, what kind of reality am I in? Is this a goddamn? This must be a god. What the fuck is this? A demon? What the fuck is this and shit? You know what I'm saying? That's like some shit you see on a spooky picture. You understand what I'm saying? Motherfucking cat, a goddamn cat walk by and the motherfucker bark. Oh, like what the fuck? You like what the fuck? It's some demonic energy in this motherfucker. You see what I'm saying? And so when you see yourself and people want to, because they don't see themselves ever. You understand what I'm saying? Coming out of the gut. They don't ever see that, wherever spot they got in this motherfucker, they okay with it. They don't want to leave from up under the Cro-Magnon. They don't want to leave from up under the Cro-Magnon. They don't. They love the Cro-Magnon. So they go all right with it. You see, I play the battlefield. You see, I know I'm here. I know I'm here. And I know that this is, the reality, that this is the language, but I'm always redefining. I'm going into it and finding in his own language. He got hidden code inside of the language where he know we divine. He knows we divine. And we can, and he's, is the codification. When you go into the language, you can see that they didn't borrow from other languages anyway. You see, so the English is a bastard, is a bastard tongue because it didn't took from so many other languages anyway. And then when you go into and break it down, you see that, some of our language is inside of his language. Some of our language is inside of his language. He didn't invent these words. These words were in the frequency in some of these words being here far longer than he been able to speak. You see, been here far longer than he got records of even being on the earth. Period. And these is facts. These is facts that can be proven. So he didn't borrow. So that's why you really got to get into the sacred study of etymology and language. You're going to find that some of it is already yours. You got to pull it up out of there. You got to, you know what I'm saying? You got to separate it, pull it out of there and say, yes, this is me. I can prove that. Okay, this is us. This you. All that is you. You can have that. But what's ours, we need to reclaim that. This is our, this is our movie. This is our soundtrack. And we got to have a soundtrack to our movie. And it can't be something that's, his vowels and his language don't speak with enough energy. It don't have no energy. When you look out here and you see death and destruction, that's his soundtrack. That's his frequency. That's the line. That's the frequency and energy that's, encoded in his language. It fits his movie. Okay, that's the movie you want. That's the movie you want. That's the frequency you want. Cutting down the trees and and polluting the air, polluting the water, building more bombs to destroy the planet. Got in there editing the food, editing the genes. They want to edit the gene. That's the soundtrack that they got, the frequency and energy. And so when you look at what they're doing, their language and their frequency is moving, on the same plane. Is this what you want? That's why you're in this predicament. Because you using that and you don't understand that's realities. Words and spelling is spells, and you under a goddamn spell. Change your frequency, change your vocabulary, change your thoughts. You got to change all of that. You got to purge this man from your existence. He need to go. And that's real talk. And I know it hurt. And no matter, it's the truth, whether you believe it or not. And so whether you could, you have to start somewhere. You got to start throwing some shit out. Just like the room, your room might be junky and shit. Start somewhere, and you look and it might be so much shit that you be like, God damn, I don't even know where to start. Get a bag, nigga, start putting something in it. Put something in that shit. You just start there and then it'll start happening. You know what I'm saying? Just get a bag and just start putting shit in it. I'll be stacking up I'll be writing so much shit. I look and man, I'll be looking I say, God damn, and I be had so many papers and I didn't put so many notes on and shit. But after so many years and, of me doing it come a time where I had to, I had to put some of this shit in, I had to rewrite and keep what I need. And the rest of it, I got to get rid of because I might, it might be just a few thoughts here and I might not need those thoughts. The ones that I do need, I rewrite them and, what I'm saying, stack my new notes up. That's how you do and keep that good potent information. Rest of it, I throw it away. If I didn't do that, I had shit piled up everywhere. Sometimes you just got to clean house, man. You just got to start anyway. Just get a bag and start dumping that shit in there and getting rid of it. And that's what you're going to have to do with this culture and shit. And you're going to have to start somewhere. And as you start to clean the house, it'll dwindle and it'll become easier and shit you think you can't deal with, you will deal with it, But our people, we got to get back to, one thing I see that, a lot of these so-called groups, they are getting away from it. You don't hear them talking about separation, independence, sovereignty. They ain't really talking about that no more. That's what make you discarded because you're gonna have your own. You think about your own nation. You think about your own. You think about being sovereign over. But if you ain't thinking about you thinking about being one with the Cro-Magnon. You ain't thinking about leaving this Cro-Magnon. You got the Toasters. You want to stay right here with him. Hoping he gonna treat you right. That's all. You rather hope for that he'll treat you right. You ain't ready to leave him. That's what the problem is. You know what I'm saying? That's just like I had that one picture and this nigga was, and Jesus was leaving and that nigga was like reaching out like, don't go, Jesus, the white Jesus. Don't go. Please don't go. Said he was lying. We believe in you. Don't listen to Sadie. That nigga don't speak for everybody. We love white Jesus. Don't you dare go nowhere, white Jesus. We need you. You see, these niggas don't want to give up white Jesus. They all right with white Jesus. A lot of them is all right, and you're going to have to sever yourself from them, You're gonna have to sever yourself from them and let them go on and do what you and understand that this is it's not gonna be an easy easy liberation, that we it's just gonna happen. No, it's gonna be a hard fought liberation. And we must talk about liberation. Yes, we must liberate our minds. We what we gonna talk about? Suicidal thoughts? Look down the road. Anything you look down the road and tell me what you see. What do you see? Look down the road. Look as far down the road as you can on that frame of thought and tell me what you see. Where we going? What do you see in 50 years following? Where you gonna go? You might as well get started doing the right thing now. There's nothing better, because we can prove, that we were put here to be sovereign. We wasn't put here to be up under no damn beast like this, living outside of the harmonious laws of the universe. We wasn't put here to do no shit like that. You crazy. You living a suicidal life. And you gonna go just like he gonna go. And a lot of you thinking that, time is running out. Yeah, Mother Nature is talking to us now. Time is running out. So you decide on what you want to do. Decide on what you want to do. Decide on whether you want to go back to greatness or you want to walk off the ledge with this beast. That's up to you. But it's happening now. So make your decision and make it fast. Because if people watch you. They know when they know your true nature. And then you want to get on the goddamn boat. Now, that's why I like that Noah story. Because the motherfuckers say, get on, but you didn't get on. And then when that shit get to rising up, you understand what I'm saying? Then you hear the motherfuckers crying out, I believe, please let me on. Oh, no, you ain't getting on this motherfucker. Oh, no, you ain't. Yeah, I see some stories exist as a means of, not that it was real, but it's real in the sense that motherfuckers, they fall in, one of those categories, as you look into that story and they say, yeah, because, God in that sense is the movement for redemption, for redemption. That's what Garvey said, redemption. So that's God, and the art is the movement to make that happen, and you're going to have motherfuckers that's going to deny it into the very end. And when they see that they master trip and he's on his knees, then they're going to look around in shock. They're going to look around in shock that they savior and the one that they idolize has fallen. And when they see it, they're going to look around and they're going to see that what we were speaking about, in our redemption was true all along. And they're going to reach. They're going to say, please let us on. But the water going to be rising by that time. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to have to wave their ass goodbye. And I'll laugh all the way. You understand what I'm saying? To the Holy Land. I laugh all the way to the Holy Land because you had an opportunity to sign up, but you didn't do it. You denied reality. Yeah, you deny reality to sit at the feet of the shaitan. Yeah, you decided to sit at the feet of the shaitan. And so you know what I'm saying? So now you got to pay that price. And so family, Burkina Faso, Mali is ditching French as the official language. And I've been talking about language lately, you know what I'm saying? And the power of language. And I see that they understand that ditching that language and redeeming African language. Redeem the language of our ancestors and make that in every African nation. I don't give a fuck. Listen to me. I understand the world and I understand that the world is changing. I understand how our people communicate on a global level, trade and this, that, and the third. You could trade with a motherfucker without making his language the official language of your land. And that's real talk. It's no excuse. It is literally no excuse to have a European language as the official language of an African nation. I don't even give a fuck if a lot of people in that nation speak that language. What you're doing by making an African language the official language is that now the shift gonna start. And that we're gonna teach, just like they taught us English and shit in class, and we're gonna take these African languages, and all you have to do is make it mandatory. You see what I'm saying? You make it mandatory that that our children speak an African language before they graduate out of high school. They have to learn to teach, and you can start it, and to be totally successful, you start them in kindergarten. You start them in kindergarten and make it mandatory that when they graduate from high school, that they can speak one African language at least. At least. And if you want to go further than that, but it should be mandatory that they speak at least one African language, and that could be done. And when you do that, then the shift will change. If you just let everybody speak English and you don't, make mandatory that one African language be learned during a whole life, or from kindergarten or preschool up to 18, and you don't make that mandatory, you make it mandatory. And in a generation's time, you will have far more people speaking African in that language. And then within 2 generations, 3 generations, you headed in the way, you headed in the way of redemption. You have redeemed yourself, but you got to start somewhere. And that's the first place you should start. And so I take my hat off and salute Burkina Faso and Mali and many other nations, Uganda, and many more that's standing up for the redemption of Africa. It's a blessing to see that in this day and time. This is General Saras Sunseti saying, hey, arm yourself with knowledge, bang on that wicked ass beast daily, liberation through African education and confrontation. Black power. Thank all my family out there. Thank all y'all for your kind words. Black power.